Alright, today we're going to be talking a little bit about anatomy. So I googled some full body shots of both a man and a woman to be talking about anime anatomy. One thing to know is that, oh sorry, my music's pretty loud, is that anime and manga styles usually are very close to real life anatomy. So there's not going to be a lot of difference. First of all, let's talk about some basic tips and tools to any full body. First of all, if his head was straight on, we could see this a lot better, but pretty much there is his head here. Now his head, if you will notice, his shoulders go a head's width on both sides. Now this is a general rule of thumb. This is, again, like every rule, I'm gonna say this, like every rule there is exceptions, and people have a lot of exceptions, but for the most part you can see that his shoulders come out almost exactly a head's width on both sides. Very, very, very helpful trick. Now, second one is if you take and make another head down, his chest, and he's an exception to this rule, but chest will come down right about to the bottom of a second head. He, on the other hand, comes down lower, but again, you'll notice that it's pretty close. It's almost completely exact. And then you go down another head, and at that point you are right below the stomach muscle. And one thing to notice about stomach muscles is one thing to know about stomach muscles is that this is all actually one muscle right here. It's not separate muscles. It's not 6 separate muscles. It's actually all one, and they'll always form in generally that shape all the time. And then there is a pair of muscles right on the ribs, actually, right on the top here, as you can see. So there's these right below the pectorals, right here on the ribs. The ribs will come down to here, go up, collarbone, dip, neck, muscles on the sides of the neck, shoulder, muscles, see. Another thing is that the muscles on the pectorals will come up and attach themselves like this to the shoulder muscles. Some just interesting things. Then there are 2 muscles that come here and here, and most muscle groupings and such are the same on both male and female people. They're pretty much exactly the same. Then you have the hips, which will come down like that, and there'll be the joint attachment. Then you have the groin area here. One thing to note is, I'm going to do the heads off to the side. Head. The groin will come down 3 heads below the chin. See that? Take more. For the most part, this is always the same rule of thumb. The body will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half heads tall. Or, occasionally there'll be about 7 heads, but usually it's by 7 heads you're getting to the ankles here for a male. Now, when you have the manga styles, there's a couple things that will be different. The head proportions, proportion to the body will always be the same, unless you're exaggerating it, like so. You have this big dude that you want to draw. Manga's, it's a style for exaggeration. Let's say you just want to make this guy beefy and humongous, and just big guy. So you can do things like this, and it's definitely not 3 heads shoulder width there. That would be more like 5 or 4.5. But for the most part, it will be 3 heads width and 7.5 heads tall. Now let's go back into the anatomy and muscle. There are muscles all over here. I'm not quite sure about this area here, but when you get down to here, there is a larger muscle on the front, like that. And there's 2 main muscles here. Here and here. You can actually see them on this particular picture. Here and here. Then you have the knees. And they'll be depending on the person, there'll be smaller muscles on the sides, like that. For the most part, it's pretty uneventful on the sides of the knees. Then you come down into the calves. Now, with the way that his feet are pointed, you're seeing that there is a muscle that comes out a ways here. See that? But the whole muscle from behind. Let's take a side shot. You have the knee at the front, and there is actually muscles on the front here. They're just not super noticeable. You have the front, and then you have the calf muscles here. See that? And then it comes down into the ankle, and then into the foot. Ankles are interesting because this side over here, the bone on this side is higher than the bone on this side. Just something to know. Then you have the ball, the heel, and then you have the toes. Now toes are different for everybody. For instance, this guy's has an indent there, and this nice toe, big toe right there. Then his kind of come out. See, nope, doesn't quite have that much of a heel going on. But as you can see, it's not an exact science for the body. But this is generally the muscle groupings. If I had more time, I'd spend more time on this. Right now, this is really just me sketching to show you basic human anatomy. And you have the biceps here. You will notice that the elbow, be right about there, comes down pretty much to the belly button. And you have the forearm. There are muscles on the forearm here. Then there's tendons on the other side. The wrist, and then the hand. And hands will usually come down at full fingertip, right about here. That'd be halfway down the, what would that be? The 3.5 heads down. The fingers will actually stretch that far. And the wrist will, the main hand actually will come down right about at 3 heads. It's actually an extra muscle right about there, but yeah. But it's once you have some basics about the human, it's pretty easy to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I misjudged the size, but you get the idea. Now the female, like the writing there, the female is not much different, a bit different in the head size. I believe it's 7 and 6.5 proportions in the head. She's really nice because she's actually looking at us. But again, you can see it's, whoops, I think I'm drawing right on the picture. Don't want to do that. Oh gosh. Again, the shoulder will come out a head's width. It's a general rule of thumb. Come down, shoulder. Unlike the male, the shoulder blade is not, the shoulder muscle here is not as large. It's much smaller. See, coming down like that. You have the neck muscles. Everything on a female is a lot less defined in muscle, at least. You're going to want to draw all muscles a lot softer. The pectorals actually are exactly the same as a male in proportions, but as you know, girls have more here than guys. But muscle alone, it's pretty much exactly the same. You have the muscle here, the muscle here, which are of course not as defined unless she's a bodybuilder. You got one head, two head. At about two heads, the bottom of two heads, you will have her chest level. So you'll do her chest here. Down again. Right about here, you will have, as you can see, the size difference is actually a lot smaller. At 2 heads and a half, you will have the groin area on a female. One interesting thing is that females are easily drawn by drawing a collection of circles. Circle, circle. Then of course you got, your rib cages here, which are the first circle, then the hip, which is the second circle. Some interesting tips. Come down, hip. One thing is that the belly button actually happens right about here, right below this indent here, almost about halfway. Again, this is different on everybody, but right here is where the stomach muscles again end. Like a man, women have the muscle over the rib cages here, and then they have their single muscle here, which is formed like so, and they have 2 muscles here, here, and then their side stomach muscles here and here. Again with the legs, there is the, it's pretty much exactly the same, less defined as you can see. Guys definitely have a much more defined muscle structure than women. Knees, depending on the girl, most girls actually have less of a defined knee than a man. Men have these knees that really jut out. Women, on the other hand, actually have these really small knees that will tend to have more to them, like so. If you look, you can see that her knees just aren't as bony as a guy's. So, okay, continue on. Same thing. There's the calf there, going down the rest of the way. Same thing. Less bony of ankles here than a man, and the feet are definitely more dainty and small than a man's. You'll notice that the big toe on women usually don't come out and do the Hulk, is what I call it, but they're not separated. Usually women, and I believe this is due to probably like the shoes that they wear, but their toes will actually be all together like so. And forgive the artwork, again, I'm just doing this as fast as I can to show you quickly basics about the human anatomy. So same basic thing about the feet. Looks like she is 6 heads. I am not at all comfortable about my ability to judge right now. Judge proportions. So let me grab this and cheat a little. One head, 2 head, 3 head, 4 head, 5. So she is, yeah, relatively 6.5 heads tall. From the, from very, very bottom of her ankle to the very top here. Gosh, why am I not being the right thing? Oh, yeah, duh. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this quickly for you. And I wanted to not do an overlay of my voice and then do the speed. I wanted this to be a little more thought out, because this way I am able to think while talking to you guys. But again, with a woman, again, it's pretty much the same thing, right about belly button, maybe a little higher. She will have her elbow, as you can see, and then forearm right about here. She will have the bottom of her hand. See, same rules pretty much as a man. Maybe not that tall, but again, yeah. See, same basic rules. Well, this has been a tutorial on human anatomy. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you guys really learned a lot from this. If you guys have any more questions, there are so many tutorial videos out there on anatomy and other such things. Just Google them or whatever. This has been Scribbling Angel. Thank you for watching.